Hey, what does this button do? Oh, it starts. Hi, welcome to Ben's Pyro Shed. And today we're working on emerald green illuminating star. I've found over the years that as I build my fireworks that the recipes and the stars from which spring from them tend to get separated. I finally figured out, hey, dummy, create your mixture, your star mixture, and put the actual recipe on the container, which is what I did. So if you actually need that recipe, go ahead, pause the video, and take it down. That's what I use. Now there is an asterisk on the aluminum, and this is why. The aluminum is interchangeable, meaning that the grain size or the filter size, I can't think of the other word for it, but the mesh is the word I was looking for, and that's what I use. So I have poured out the remnants of this, and as you can see, there is a lot of fine particulate dust, which is why I'm going to don my breathing apparatus. Hold on a moment. Wow, this is some good video here. All right, there we go. Nope. Not done yet. All right, so I took my little bottle of half and half. This is half isopropyl alcohol and half H2O water. Just wet it down a little bit. I've actually put quite a bit more water in there already. That gets it ready. So I've got the first batch on the press already. And since we're not stirring up the powder, I'll take my mask off. So 12-ton bottle jack press. This is a star plate that I got from Cannon Fuse. The only thing that I don't like about it is they didn't send me any separator blocks with it. I had to make my own, which really wasn't that big a deal, but there it is. So what I do is I press it down and leave it and hold it for a while. I've seen other pyros that I respect do this as well. Of course, they use a lot more pressure than I do. And as you notice, the handle is slowly retracting. So every few seconds I will re-engage it, and I'll just leave it sitting there for a minute or two, just depending on what I feel like. When I release it, and with a bottle jack, you're supposed to release the pressure very slowly. So with, of course, this bottle jack, you just twist it, twist the release valve, and you can see that it is releasing. And there we go. So let's see how these came out. The nice thing about this particular bottle jack is that I can release it without doing too many other steps. I created a little screen and a couple little platforms, a couple little dowels on there to hold it, so that when I press that, when I re-engage the jack, it will press down, push the star plates back together, and all the stars will fall out directly onto my little catch tray, like this. There we go. And there they did. It just popped right out. So you notice that these are not exactly totally symmetrical. They are definitely on the flat side, and that just has to do with how much powder I initially push into the star plate. So some powders that I do, I can cram a lot of powder in, and some of them I cannot. Like this one has a high aluminum content, and the aluminum is just not that sticky, at least in all the ways I've done it. And so it is fairly hard to compress via hands. So there we go. There's our cute little green stars. Oh, hi, Robin. So we'll just leave those sitting out in the sun to dry and do a little squeeze test on them, see how well they are. They shouldn't be that solid. No, they're not. See, I completely pulverized that one. And I'm thinking that if I had a stronger jack, that would actually make them stronger so I couldn't pulverize them. Of course, the other thing is they are still a little wet. And once they dry, if everything goes well, they should be nice and solid. That's going to take a few days because we still got a little bit of snow on the ground. It's a little cold outside. So I will check those in a few days.